So thank you for clicking on our short paper highlight presentation, where we present an overview of the PHE project, focusing on historic acoustic reconstructions and their exploration as cultural heritage. So we're three university research teams with experience in various aspects of virtual acoustics and room acoustics, coming out of France, Italy, and the UK. If we look at the notions of cultural heritage, these have been predominantly centered around physical objects and visual elements. However, UNESCO recently enlarged the scope to include sound and soundscapes, part of what is considered intangible heritage. As examples of acoustic heritage of historic sites, there are numerous damaged sites whose acoustics was of importance, such as the Théâtre de Fenice and the Cathedral de Notre Dame and St. Mary's Abbey, all destroyed in some sense. That while the VR community is predominantly focused on visuals, it's important to note that accurate predictions can be made through calculations of acoustic conditions in space. And these calculations are based on geometrical models incorporating the acoustic properties of materials, which actually give realistic acoustic simulations of 3D spaces. From these calculations, using the process of auralization, it is then possible to create realistic virtual audio simulations of acoustic environments. This method allows us to place any recorded acoustic sound material into an acoustic model. So here's a short example showing what with an actor that's been recorded separately and then placed into a VR acoustic simulation of a small theater. The virtual rendering takes into account the directional properties of the voice, the room, and the listener all in real time.
Storia che si sfolla, non fare del grande suo viso in ascolto la mia nebbia di sempre. Non recidere, forbice, quel volto, solo nella memoria che si sfolla, non fare del grande suo viso in ascolto la mia nebbia di sempre. Un freddo cala, duro il colpo svetta e la cacia ferita da sé scrolla il guscio di cicala nella prima belletta di novembre.
So the PHE project is a new European project aiming to develop and evaluate different methods for documenting and exploring acoustic heritage of places for both researchers and the general public, and will be working with 3 cultural sites as test cases across Europe. These are Notre Dame de Paris in France, which just had the recent fire, the House of Commons in England, which is a part of an ongoing study on its historical importance and some acoustic properties of interest, and the Theatre of Tyndall, which is a 3,000-seat outdoor amphitheater. Each of the 3 partner sites represents different challenges regarding their situation, current state, and access restrictions, mixing indoor spaces and outdoor spaces. The project centers around the creation of virtual acoustic reconstructions of these sites in their historical context. Different XR rendering architectures will be explored for rendering dedicated to assisting researchers, such as historians, musicologists, and architects, as well as the general public in the form of XR audio guides. So, here's an overview of the different axes of the project, and I encourage you to read our short paper for more information. This concludes our highlight presentation.